Dolph Lundgren became really famous for playing Ivan Drago in Rocky IV. He was like a tough guy that nobody could stop. What people do not know is that there were some people he worked with that made him really mad. He got so angry with them that he said he would never work with them again. Now that Dolph Lundgren is 68 years old, he is talking about what happened with these people. They used to be his friends and people he worked with. Then they did something that showed their true selves. The guy said that people challenged him to fights at Cannes. They also made him leave out some parts of his work. To make things worse, they said some really mean things about him in public. What is really surprising about all of this is that some big names in Hollywood are involved. When people find out who these Hollywood names are, they are really shocked. The Hollywood names are a part of what makes this whole thing so surprising. Number 1. Jean-Claude Van Damme. Dolph Lundgren has a blacklist, and the first name on it is Jean-Claude Van Damme. This is a famous rivalry. It has been talked about for a time. People think it is just because they are both action stars. They do not get along. The truth is, things were really bad between them. The problem started when they were making the movie Universal Soldier in 1992. The people in charge thought that Jean-Claude Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren would be great together in a movie. They thought it would make a lot of money. It was not easy to work with these two guys. They are both strong personalities, and they did not always agree. Lundgren got to the set on time. He was really ready to work. He had all his stuff with him. He knew all his lines. He took this job seriously like a soldier who was doing his job. Lundgren was disciplined and prepared. Like someone who was going to war, he was ready for anything. Van Damme was really something. He acted like the production belonged to him. He would often change scenes there on the spot. He wanted to do things over so he could show off his high kick some more. He also wanted the lights changed so he would look like a hero. Years later, someone who worked on the crew talked to the press. They said that every day was like watching two lions facing off in an open field. The bad feelings between them finally came to a head during the incident at Cannes. Van Damme and the other people were just waiting for something to happen. The incident at Cannes was a deal. Van Damme walked up to Dolph in front of a lot of journalists. He told Dolph to go with him and finish what they started. A lot of people who like Van Damme and Dolph thought this was all planned. It was real. Dolph told a magazine in Sweden that if he had gone outside with Van Damme, things would have gotten really bad for Van Damme and for him. People still talk about what Dolph said because they know what Van Damme and Dolph would have done. Number 2. Steven Seagal. Dolph met Steven Seagal. This guy really made an impact on him. People like to make fun of Steven Seagal's ego. Dolph saw it up close, and it was not funny at all. The first time they met was when they talked about making an action movie together. They were supposed to read through the script, but it got really weird. Steven Seagal showed up wearing sunglasses. He had a security guard with him. He acted like he was the one who came up with martial arts in the first place. Steven Seagal was very full of himself. Dolph did not like that about Steven Seagal. When everyone was still standing, this guy looked straight at Dolph. Said he was the best fighter in the room. That is how he said hello to everyone. He did not waste any time, he just came out. Said it. Dolph was the person he was talking to, and the best fighter thing was what he had to say. Dolph was not really angry, he was just confused. Things got even clearer when Seagal said something. He said he never got hit on camera. When they kept talking, Seagal started talking about how great he wanted the script changed, so his character never had any problems, never got hurt, and never lost. The people in charge were trying to be nice. It was clear they were embarrassed. One of them even whispered to someone that Seagal wanted to be like a superhero who cannot get hurt. The stunt people told Dolph that Seagal liked to show off his moves, and these moves could really hurt people. One performer came to work the day with a swollen wrist. He told us that Steven Seagal thought that dealing with pain made you a stronger person. Steven Seagal believed that pain built character. Number 3. Mickey Rourke. Mickey Rourke and this fight with Dolph started with something Mickey Rourke said. Mickey Rourke looked at Dolph during a table read. Said you are the muscle, I am the mind. This really hurt Dolph. Made him angry with Mickey Rourke. Mickey Rourke and Dolph did not get into a fight all at once. It happened because of a lot of things that Mickey Rourke and Dolph did not like about each other during the filming of an action movie in Eastern Europe. It was a cold winter when they were filming this movie. The crew members still remember how Mickey's behavior would mess up days of filming. Mickey's behavior was really bad. It would ruin the whole day for everyone on the set. The crew members still talk about how Mickey's behavior affected them and how it made their job harder. Mickey's behavior was a problem, and it made a lot of trouble for the people who were working with him. Rourke showed up on set with a bunch of notes. He had written out these long speeches, and he wanted to add them to the movie. These were not a few lines, they were whole paragraphs about things that happened when he was a kid, and about the war in Vietnam, and about feeling guilty, and about religion. None of this stuff was in the script to begin with. The other actors did not know what to do because Rourke was saying all this stuff. When Rourke and Dolph did scenes together, it was hard to know what was going to happen because Rourke would change the way he felt about the scene every time they did it. One night, something big was going to happen at 10 p.m. It was a two-man standoff. Everyone was waiting. Rourke did not show up on time. He got there late at 1:47 a.m. He had a cigarette in his mouth. Rourke said he needed to walk around the city to get into character. The crew had been waiting for hours. They were getting tired. Dolph had been standing there in his costume for almost 3 hours. The Rourke situation was not making things easy for the crew or for Dolph. Rourke and his late arrival were causing a lot of trouble. Number 4. Tom Berenger. This problem between Dolph Lundgren and Tom Berenger is not about them being arrogant or saying mean things to each other. It is about something serious. Tom Berenger tried to remove Dolph Lundgren from his movie. The problems between Dolph Lundgren and Tom Berenger started in 2002. At that time, they were making a war action movie in Slovakia. Dolph Lundgren thought that everyone should work hard and follow the rules because they did not have a lot of time or money. Tom Berenger acted like the whole movie was all about him. In the week, Berenger showed up with new pages that made his own speeches longer and Dolph's dialogue shorter. The director was trying to make things fair. The people working on the movie saw what was happening. Every day Berenger would change the scenes so that he was the one who got to be emotional. Dolph did not say anything until they were filming at night in a steel factory. The scene was supposed to be short and powerful. Berenger would not film it unless he got to do a long speech that he had written for himself. Berenger wanted to be the center of attention, so he kept pushing for these changes. The movie was starting to be about Berenger, and that was not what the director wanted. Berenger was supposed to work with Dolph. Instead, he was making it all about his own character. The speech went on for 2 minutes, which was really bad because it messed up the tension that the script needed. The script needed that tension. The long speech ruined it for the script. The fifth and final name is Brian Thompson, whose rivalry with Dolph was really quiet. It bothered him a lot. This thing between Brian Thompson and Dolph went back to Rocky IV. When Dolph was becoming super famous around the world for being Ivan Drago, Brian Thompson was telling people who helped pick actors for movies that he was also up for the part, and he thought he could have done it better. At first, Dolph did not think much of it. He just thought it was people in Hollywood talking much, but Brian Thompson kept saying these things, and it never ended. Over the years, Thompson would say something mean to Dolph whenever they met. One time, they were at an industry party, and people were talking about bad guys. Thompson said, within earshot of Dolph, that some characters are just not written well, and that is all an actor can do. Everyone knew what Thompson was getting at. Things got worse when they were reading lines for an action movie from the 1990s. Thompson did not like some of the lines because he thought they made his character look weaker than Dolph's character. Thompson spoke up about the lines he did not like. When they were rehearsing, Thompson stopped Dolph 2 times because of the way he was standing. Then Thompson made a face and said they should not make the scene about who is stronger, Dolph or Thompson. Thompson did not want the scene to be like a weightlifting contest between Dolph and Thompson. Something bad happened at a fan event in Las Vegas back in the 2010s. This guy Thompson was talking to people. He made fun of a famous line from a movie, "I must break you." He said he would have done it better. The people in the room laughed. Dolph found out about this fast. He did not go to his scheduled talk that afternoon. Instead, he decided to do signings, which is something he never did before. After that, Dolph did not say anything to Thompson. He just stopped thinking about him. Dolph removed Thompson from his mind entirely. The thing with Dolph never made it to the news. Dolph still thinks about the feud a lot, and it has stayed with Dolph forever. Out of these 5 names, the question remains which revelation is the most shocking. Whether Dolph was right to cut them off permanently is up for debate, but the stories reveal a side of Hollywood rivalries rarely seen. For those interested in more untold drama and behind-the-scenes feuds, the conversation is far from over.